This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
You're listening to Thursday's episode of The Archers from BBC Radio 4.
We've made good time here.
Haven't we?
Yeah, good to have caught up with the barley straw.
You're okay to take this last lot in, are you?
Yeah, you leave it with me, Adam.
Another thing to be thankful for.
Another?
Alice?
Oh, see what you mean. Yes. Hopefully she's properly committed to rehab now. Having made the decision herself this time, I'm desperate to believe she'll stick at it.
Fingers crossed, hey?
Well, I'm taking it one day at a time. Just like Alice is, I imagine.
Yeah. I've got some news of my own, Brian.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I just had the confirmation, actually.
Of what?
I've agreed terms on a new job.
Oh, have you indeed?
Do you know Danforth Barton Farm?
Vaguely. Didn't it change hands fairly recently?
A year or so ago. The new owner's a chap called Christian Lancer Boyd.
Is he a farmer himself?
No, but he's very on the ball. Wants to make the most of the government's new sustainable farming incentive, even talking about carbon trading.
Well, sounds right up your street.
Oh, it is. It's very exciting. He wants me to start as soon as.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well, in a couple of weeks, maybe.
Well, it makes sense from his point of view.
I don't want to leave you in the lurch.
Oh, no, we'll manage somehow. No, you shouldn't let that get in the way.
That's very understanding of you.
Danforth, are you planning to stay in Honeysuckle Cottage?
Oh, yes, we don't want to leave Ambridge.
Whew, you have a bit of a commute on your hands, then.
Well, Ian and I have talked about that. It's obviously going to be an adjustment, but I'm sure we'll get used to it.
And you're happy with what they're offering?
Very, actually. But more than anything, I'm relishing the prospect of a new challenge.
Well, congratulations, Adam. I'm pleased for you.
Thank you. And I haven't completely forgotten about here. I had an idea for the next crop for this field. What do you think about winter beans?
It's never the obvious with you, is it? Why can't we just put oilseed rape in?
Oh, I'm not sure that would be wise. I don't need to tell you about the havoc flea beetles caused in the past.
And what about the pitfalls of winter beans? Mildew, chocolate spot, you name it.
Oh, come on, Brian. You know beans could really improve the soil structure. I just think that a break from oilseed...
Oh, that's it, is it? We never plant rape here ever again?
Well, not necessarily, but... Actually, it isn't going to be down to me, is it?
Now you come to mention it. If you'll be gone in 2 weeks, well, the autumn drilling will be someone else's problem.
Old habits die hard. It's going to take me a while to adjust.
I'm sure it will.
I'm going to miss home farm. I know it's the right decision, but I'm genuinely sad to be going.
No, hasn't exactly worked out how I imagined.
No.
When I think back to you, me and Debbie running the place, oh, we were a good team.
I've been very grateful to have had the chance to work here, and I've learned a huge amount from you.
Have you?
Even if often it was through disagreeing with you.
Oh, that's become a speciality of ours. In a strange way, I'm going to miss our, well, let's call them discussions, shall we?
Well, it's because we both care so much about the farm.
That's true.
I know I can be a bit stubborn.
Yes.
And
what?
Well, might you admit to one or two faults yourself?
I don't know what you mean.
A tendency to micromanage, for example?
Well, perhaps. Maybe I didn't always give enough consideration to your more wacky ideas.
Do you mean my more progressive ideas?
You say potato.
I say mob grazing.
And no doubt I'll continue to have lively discussions with your successor.
Oh, I think that's guaranteed.
It'll be strange dealing with someone from outside the family.
I know you've been very discreet, but have you made any progress looking for my replacement?
Actually, yes. Yeah, I do have one person in mind.
Uh-huh.
And someone else sent in their CV on spec, but I'm not really sure about them. But it might be a good idea if we interview both candidates, if only for the chance to compare and contrast.
I'll look forward to seeing the CVs.
Well, I'll send them to all the partners.
We do need to tell them I'm leaving first.
Of course. And the absolute priority is to tell your mother.
At last. Eileen said you were here doing paperwork. Well, she said you were in the drawing room.
This is the drawing room.
Yeah, I got here finally. You know me, can't tell the drawing room from the antechamber or the writing room from the library. Hey, did I see Lily and Ross at Grey Gables last night?
Vince.
I was at BMPA, our trade association, and I'm sure it was them I saw on the terrace. Sorry. I'm waffling, aren't I?
Have you got something to say to me?
Well, something to ask you, really.
Go on.
I was wondering why you hadn't replied to any of my messages. You've been all right, have you?
I've been perfectly well, thank you.
That's good. And is everything else okay? Are you upset about the wedding?
I am, as it happens.
Because it
in particular,
really
the way
can't be.
your account of it seems to differ from your daughter's.
You've spoken to Steph?
Lily did. And she learned that far from being overcrowded, in fact, there are spare places.
I see. Elizabeth, I know it looks bad.
Can I tell
but
you something,
please,
Vince? When we first started seeing each other, lots of people, David, Lillian, my own children, tried to warn me about you. But I liked you, and I didn't want other people's opinions to cloud my judgment.
I appreciate that.
And as I got to know you, I liked you even more, to the point that I was actually starting to see a future for us, until 2 days ago.
Please let me explain.
Now, I just need a simple answer to a simple question.
Go on.
Who is telling the truth about the wedding, Steph or you?
Oh, it's more
No,
complicated
a simple
than...
answer, Vince.
Steph was.
That's a sight we don't often see.
What?
Don't you normally hold on to those for the flour and produce? For your jams, chutneys and so on?
Not this year. Oh, hello, darling.
Hi, Mum.
Jenny, have you got a minute?
Yes.
Because Adam has some news.
Oh, what sort of news?
Well, what it boils down to is that I've got a new job.
What?
He's going to be managing a big place the other side of Felpersham.
Oh, do you mean like the estate?
No, this is a proper full-time job. I'll be leaving Home Farm.
Not completely. I mean, he'll still be a partner, of course.
Yeah, I just won't be working on the farm anymore.
Brian, what have you done?
Me?
Well, you've had a row, haven't you?
No.
Oh, I was afraid of this. You've made his position impossible with your sniping, your interfering.
It's not like that at all, is it, Adam?
No, not at all. I see it as a positive move.
Leaving the family farm?
I've been working here for 18 years, Mum. I just want to spread my wings a bit.
Elizabeth, please. Please stop. Let me explain.
Now, what is there to explain? You lied to me.
It wasn't quite like
Oh,
that.
no more, Vince.
All right. Yes. I told a fib. But I was desperate. It's because you're so important to me.
In what twisted universe does that make sense?
I know it sounds... God, I'm really messing things up again, aren't I?
You're telling me.
But will you just give me 5 minutes so you can understand where I was coming from?
I don't see how that
I'm
will help.
begging you. 5 minutes.
All right.
OK. Over the weekend, I had a bit of a surprise. A shock, really. I found out that all 3 of my exes are coming on Sunday. Ex-wives, that is. Now, obviously, I knew Maggie was going to be there, Steph's mother, but then Steph told me the other 2 were coming as well. And believe me, not one of them has a good thing to say about me. And actually, fair dues. I wasn't exactly the model husband to any of them.
So, are you saying you didn't want me to meet them in case they said something nasty about you?
Yeah, partly.
And you think that's a good reason to lie to me?
There's more. There's something else. Beth, Steph's sister, from my first marriage.
Yes.
I told you we had a big falling out over the boyfriend. I handled that badly too. And she don't get on that well with Steph anyway, so I thought there's no way she'd be coming. But I was wrong.
Well, I still don't see how
I
that...
miss her like crazy, but I'm furious with her for just blanking me like she did. So on top of the wives, she's likely to give me both barrels.
At her sister's wedding?
Oh, you don't know me and Beth. And I'm that riled, I'm just as likely to come straight back at her. It's going to be absolute carnage. So yes, I'm not proud about it, but I lied about the numbers so you wouldn't be treated to all my dirty linen.
I think it's a great move for him.
If you're absolutely sure.
Yes, Mum, really.
Oh, well, in that case, I have to accept it, don't I?
Thank you.
But, Brian, I hope you're not entertaining any thoughts of running the farm yourself.
Oh, definitely not.
You've already retired once. Oh, supposedly.
Don't worry, darling. We'll be replacing Adam with another farm manager.
Yeah, well, I sincerely hope so.
I've already got a couple of candidates lined up.
Oof, well, that was quick work. Hey, hold on. How long's this been going on?
Well...
Adam?
It's,
I see. Oh, it's happened again, hasn't it? Once more I've been kept out of the loop.
You had your hands full with Alice.
we didn't want to worry you until things were finalised.
How many times? It's not for you two to decide what I'm strong enough to handle.
No, sorry.
So I want to know everything about these candidates.
Naturally.
And I intend to take a full part in the selection process.
That's what we want to.
This appointment is vital for the future of the business. This family has messed up enough. No more.
You don't have a very high opinion of me, do you?
What do you mean? Of course I do.
Well, haven't I proved that I can form my own opinions?
Well, yes.
So you should have a bit more faith. I'm my own person. I'm not going to be influenced by a few wives of weddings past.
Yes, I should have realised that.
Or by a daughter who, if you don't mind me saying, sounds rather like a chip off the old block.
Yeah, she is. And you're absolutely right, Elizabeth. I'm really sorry. I got it badly wrong.
You did.
But it's not too late. Really, if you can find it in your heart to forgive me, I'd be honoured if you'd be on my arm for the wedding. Please.
I suppose I do have to give you credit for admitting why you're worried about seeing Beth. It's not easy to own up to one's failings as a parent.
No.
And in a very bizarre way, it is sort of touching that you value my opinion so much.
So, does that mean we're back on?
Yes. I'll go to the wedding with you.
Oh, thank goodness.
And I'll do my best to support you in the face of these scary women.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But let me make one thing crystal clear. You asked for a second chance, and I'm giving it to you. But there won't be any more.
I understand. Really.
I mean it. I won't be lied to again.
Some only focus on what's in front of them. But change is happening all around us. And it's the people who see potential in every direction that go on to create value in every direction. Join the team that's changing the way businesses do business with 360-degree value. And unlock what's possible with a career at Accenture. Let there be change.